Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we're working on this. I accidentally pressed spacebar, which apparently, for some stupid reason, stops recording when I'm on this. I press spacebar here, doesn't do anything. Only when it does it here. Kinda dumb. Honestly, gotta say that. Why is spacebar doing that? Whatever, I shaded this and I did all of that. Now I'm working on this. Because the stupid fucking spacebar apparently ends the recording when you're on the thing. That is dumb. Why is that a thing that exists? I say stop existing. Hands off. I don't understand why. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Cat's still in heat, everything's going wrong, I'm about to go upstairs and punch life in the fucking dick for constantly making this week a pain in the ass. With a sore shoulder, whatever the fuck you call this stupid body part that won't stop being sore because I slept wrong or some shit. I'm getting sick and tired of this bullshit. It's like everything goes wrong at work, but because I'm not at work, life's like I gotta make up for it because I'm a fucking cock-sucking whorebag dick fucker who can't stop making this person's life miserable. God, I want to kill life so much. I want to take life by the fucking neck and rip its fucking throat open. It's fine. We're just going to continue working on this. If you're wondering why the glass is floating, I have a very particular way to go about doing that. And this is where figuring out how to splice videos together would be helpful. But I don't know of a good free video editing program. So I can't exactly do that. And I don't think I can get it without having to pay a subscription for something that I'm probably not even going to use that much outside of a few certain things. It's dumb. It's stupid. Why the fuck is everything just constantly working against me? It just doesn't make any sense. Statistically speaking, there shouldn't be so many fucking problems. There really shouldn't be. At least it was 4 minutes, but still, there shouldn't be fucking problems. Problems need to stop. Problem needs to go to somebody else who has their fucking life in the billionaires who are just constantly doing stupid things with their money. Problems should go after them instead of going after normal people who are trying to fucking live their lives and be happy. But no, problems just have to keep on showing up to people who don't deserve it. And with a cat that won't shut up when she's in heat, I'm about to bolt that fucking window shut with hard steel so that you can't meow at it or look out of it. Shut it! I'm about to frickin' put the goddamn box up there, and if she knocks it over, well, she knocks it over. Maybe she'll be too scared to fucking go over to there every time I put the box up, so she won't meow out the window looking for a cat that doesn't exist. God damn it, why the hell is everything just constantly working against me? Why? Christ, anyways. Continuing on, we're just gonna continue to shade and texture this and hope that nothing else stupid occurs. I don't even know what the fuck I was looking at in this stupid thing. Gotta fucking move my hand, cause I clicked on something and it didn't click, and then I pressed spacebar. The instinct when I slam my mouse on the fucking desk, but that won't help, so I'll just do this instead. The least destructive thing unless somehow this breaks. But why would it break? It's solid wood. It would, wouldn't it? It would break. Some way, somehow, in some shape or form, the wood would fucking break. Because life is a cocksucking whore that deserves to die screaming. Anyways, we're almost done here. Man, I'm really letting the devil out here. Kind of thematic due to me working on the background of the devil's little bar base over here. But can you blame me? Vacation has just been filled with a lot of nonsense and bullshit. Cat going into heat and being a nuisance. At least it's now instead of while I'm trying to go to sleep and getting ready to go to stupid work, which is going to be probably twice as hot as it has been in the past. I know it's going to be twice as hot. It's going to suck. Everything there is going to suck. They don't have any air conditioning. It's just fans. And then there's the worry about having our Saturdays and Sunday taken from us because they're so hell-bent on getting orders out. Like I said in the last episode, they possess literally no product in their little warehouse. Last time I was there. So they're trying to freaking speed run, overworking everybody to try to get more products. Which I think isn't really a smart idea. How much you want to bet a lot of people are going to be calling out Sunday and Saturday. For this Sunday and Saturday. Not the next one, although there probably is going to be some call-outs in the next one. Which makes sense. Too much weekends is not good for the health. Barely any time to relax and rest your body. To relest. We're going to combine the word, you stupid brain. Might as well just go full on out combining it. We need a weekend. And they need to give it to us. To all of us. Not just a small group that are lucky enough to not have to work that weekend. To all of us. And there are some people that came in to work 2 to freaking 10 a.m., all in the a.m., before going to Six Flags at like 12 or 1 or whatever. Needless to say, it's, very tedious that they're just willing to work that and be fine with it. No, well, let me pause the video unless something stupid happens. Alright, I'm back. Problems occurring with a lot of things just missing for no fucking reason. I don't know the best way to describe it. I feel like we got a squatter in our attic who somehow managed to gain the trust of the dogs and is just coming down to steal some minute, unimportant things. Literally an armrest cloth. Seriously, who the fuck in their right minds would steal that if they're squatting? I guess they can't exactly steal an entire TV because then it would be too suspicious. And we do have an attic that nobody uses, but at the same time, I don't know what else could be the reason why things are just vanishing. Certain foods vanishing, certain items vanishing. It's either misplaced or they're just forgetting, which is a possibility because they also, well, one of them at least, has a bad memory. My memory is also bad sometimes that I somehow manage to remember very specific things that don't make any sense. So now we're missing an arm cloth rest, thing you put on a chair for the resting of your arm or some shit. I don't know where it could have gone. Maybe it's in between cushions, or maybe the frickin' dogs moved it, or maybe there is the squatter theory. Who the fuck knows? All I know is it's getting annoying that things just vanish. It hasn't happened as often, but it's happened enough to where it's just making me suspicious that somebody somehow is squatting in the attic, living off of our shit. And I'm about ready to go up there with a freaking shotgun and blow their brains out. Which probably isn't legal, so maybe won't. Or maybe I'll just freaking threaten them with a shotgun and have them kicked out. Or just call the police, I don't know. Either way that doesn't end us in problems and troubles is really the only best solution. Regardless, an arm cloth is missing now. I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened to it. All I know is it's gotta stop happening. I have at least missing one pair of new socks. But that's probably because the washing machine's a piece of crap that has a very small area that grabs small bits of clothing for some stupid reason. You would think there would be jet things and drains that are small enough to allow for the no clothing to go in, but nope. Nope, that's what occurs there. At least that's the problem that I believe is occurring with that. Shut up! Stop yelling out the window! There is no cats out there. They cannot get in here. And this cat that won't shut the fuck up in her stupid heat-induced nonsense. It's really starting to get annoying. Oh, and now my stupid sheets is going back again. It just keeps happening. I don't know why it keeps going downwards. Now, either way. We're almost done with the shading here, and hopefully there isn't going to be any more issues. Let the hand go. Click on it. Multi-click on it if I have to. Only gotta worry about it with frickin' art time because of the way everything moves. I don't know why spacebar of all the fucking keys is the one that ends the recording. That doesn't make any sense. You would think it would be enter, right? I don't know what else I could do to fix it up. I don't know what is possible for me to try to stop that from occurring. I'm not going to even test it yet. I'll worry about it later. Maybe I just click on the down thing and, it doesn't, go to the start recording thing. No, well, it depends. No, you fool. Go to here. Well, either way, I'm not entirely too sure what else I can really say about all the things that are just constantly going wrong. It's just annoying. It's just very fucking annoying, and I wish it would stop. I wish all of it would stop. Well, I don't know what else to really talk about right now. A lot of problems have been occurring. That's all I can really talk about. The severe anger that I experience as all these things just go wrong. Well, at least once I'm done with this, we'll go on ahead and get all the other stuff we need to get done with. And all that. But for now, I guess I'm just going to try to focus on this. I do like the idea of having this here. I just feel as though I need to have something more occurring here, and I just don't know how exactly I could do that within it, with reason. Yeah, I know I'm going to have an overlay, red overlay effect over most of this once I'm done working on it. There's a lot more effects that I got to add into here. But aside from that, well, I don't know. Today is Friday right now, so I got a little bit of time before I have to start doing all the recordings I need to do. There's also the fact that I gotta charge up my controller again, so I might have to spend a few 4 or 5 hours working on this, and then do Plate Up. It depends on how long it takes, because I don't think it's gonna take it that long. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, yeah, it's going to be 4 hours recording Tales of Berseria and a half an hour, depending on if I care for the chow for a long time to be able to get that recorded and done with. Oh yeah, aside from that, I gotta get the thumbnails set. That shouldn't be too difficult. Just leave this open, try to leave this open as I get everything set up. Post this, or at the very least, save it in draft. And then we should be good, right? That's not what I want, you fool. Go to the wall. There we are. And now we've got the counter space. No problem. Wonder how that's going to mesh and meld once we start doing the things for that. If you're probably wondering what this is, if Google Translate is as right as it needs to be, it's supposed to mean this. Secret conflicts. just the same as how the other one is supposed to mean angels and devils. I'm not exactly fully adept in kanji in the Japanese language, so I'm just hoping that Google Translate isn't failing me here. But seems like most of the kanjis consist of these particular symbols, and it does kind of work properly with the 5 that we had before, only this time it's more across the thing instead of just somewhere else, which is good. Alright. And once I've got, at the very least, once I've gotten the texturing done with the beer mug and the shot glasses, I'm going to start doing some copies and all that stuff in order for me to be able to showcase those with ease. At least I hope that that's going to work. It would suck if it doesn't, because this is transparent. Oh, wait a minute. Did I forget to shape this? It's fine. I can do it now. There we are. It should work, right? It's just combining the layers as is, and because of the way the normal layer is, the opacity for this should be simple. It's hard to say. This will be a nice normal, glass mug. We're going to go ahead and at least copy a few of these to at the very least showcase this. Ah, perfect. Now the mug is as one, and we just gotta, do the things that we need to do along the line to get that done with. I will still add this in though, but I'm going to add in this as well. Maybe smaller. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. Shot glass. Alright, good. Before I do anything else, I'm going to just copy and get most of this done with. Hopefully this works just fine. Then there's this. Might be going a little bit too under, but it's fine. It's fine. To showcase all these mugs, this is what we're doing. Whoops. You can't see it, but I have some saved over things. No, back up. I'm going into the shelf, accidentally. Alright, now for the shot glass. I'll move this down here, then up here, then here. Wait, actually, better idea. There we go. Might not look that well. Of course, it's not gonna look much if it's going downward. Just to be going. Right, yeah, that probably would make more sense now that I think about it. That would make more sense now that I think about it, but it's fine. I think. Yeah, it's fine. A bunch of shot glasses stacked up against each other. This will probably be combined, most likely. Wait a minute, is everything right here? Yeah, it seems like it. Keep going. Just keep going. I don't know how many of these I need, but we're going to get at least a decent amount of shot glasses here. I think that should theoretically be good. Now we're just going to combine all the shot glasses together. There's our little shot glass cup. Yeah, I think this is fine. So now we're just going to go ahead and get a bunch of shot glass cups over here. I feel like things like this, well, hold on a second. I feel like things like this are fine to do. Because you gotta do a lot of things with the cups that you've got, or the creations that you've got. It's good to try to, at the very least, utilize the copy and paste tool in order to get all the shot glasses that you need done and over with to make that. God damn it. Wrong button. Again. There we go. And we made 1 into 2. Of course, that doesn't mean you don't have to... Fucking fuzz. That doesn't mean you don't have to, do this to try to, make everything where it needs to be moved into, You still got, that here to try and showcase some form of shading uniqueness, which I say is a pretty good thing to have. And we can go into the shot glass and do the same there. You can't see too much outside of what's behind them, so that's fine. Alright, now here's the next one. This one's got to be long. So I'm just going ahead and make the roundness 40 longer. And now we're just going to go into the wall. There's no wall there. I'll go here. There we go. This one might be a little bit tricky because of the way this is set up, but I think I can manage. Now let's make it a little bit more right here. Try to do more. Try to get some in here. Try to go down into here. Keep most of this as it is, and we'll just try to move some of this over. Might take a while to get all the textures in, apparently. I didn't think that this would be that complex, but apparently it is. And I'm just going ahead and fill in the rest of these walls up here, and then the rest of these walls up here. And then we'll do the same with the ceiling, the curved-in ceiling. I definitely do want to do the third episode, showcasing the entire bar and all of the devils that reside within it. I feel like that would look pretty cool. Alright, let's see. Some squares over here in the back. And we'll probably have a little bit of this, both up top, and I guess somewhere along the lines of this over here, the floor. Oh wait, there's still more here. Whoops. Oh, maybe try to do this a little. Alright, let's see. Rock wall. We could get some of these particular textures in here. Go in a little bit and move around a bit. Oh, did I not shade these in? Well, it might be 10 times easier if I were to just do this instead. With all of them, you fool. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. These are technically their own layers. So that's a little annoying. It's fine, it's fine. It shouldn't be too big of an issue. This is their workout room, but I just don't know if this is exactly what I want to showcase. I could definitely put in more rocks and stuff, but I'm not entirely too sure how. Let's just combine a bunch of these. Do a nice 190. Well, that 190 ain't going to work if these rocks are not all where they're supposed to be. I'm going to do some hue adjustments. Yeah, that should theoretically be good, right? Yeah. Now we're going to go on ahead and do another rotation here. Or not. I could just delete some as well. Yeah, I could like delete this part over here, I guess. No, not that. And now we got a bunch of rocks here on this rock wall. Alright, good. Great. Fantastic. If anything, I could probably try to reduce the saturation a tiny bit. No, not of the wall, of the rocks, you fool. Oh, there goes the dogs. Nah, it's too desaturated. Yep, there they go. Being annoying to each other. Yep. You know what? You wonder why I record during the nighttime. Interruptions, the dogs being a pain, all that kind of stuff. A pain mainly because they're just constantly at each other. Even if it's play or not by play, I'm not sure. Really? You're not even doing any texture work here. What are you doing? Alright, we got the punching bags up here. Cloth here. I wonder where the cat is right now. We're just looking out the window for some reason. Are you? I have no idea. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah, she is. As long as she's looking at it and not meowing at it, it's fine. Freaking cats in heat being annoying because they're trying to get the attention of a male cat that doesn't even exist in this area. How often have you gone through this area, cat, only to find that there's no way out outside of that area? No way in, no way out. The only thing that got in was a mole or a mouse. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I highly doubt any male cat's gonna come in here, and help you with your stupid nonsense. Not gonna happen. There's no way it would happen in this particular instance. Unless it's, a big break-in, in which case that's a problem, because that means that there could be other animals that could just waltz right in here. And that's not good. Alright, let's see. Got chair 1A. Okay, it didn't look like that did anything. Chair 1D. 1C. I did not want to do that, you fool. Did I get the floor fully? It doesn't look like I did. But I did, apparently. I'll add in some of these here to try to make the floor a little bit more texturized. I'll do the same thing with the ceiling. I don't think that's going to matter as much. Part of me is curious to see what it would look like if I got the red light and all this light up there. But I have something in mind to be able to, add in some things to the background. I'm going to do a vivid cover. I guess I'll call it. It doesn't exactly matter what it's called. I think I got everything here, but it's hard to tell. We go over to vivid, I think, and then we do this. Okay, wait, hold on. Why am I in the nameless students department? Put me here. Vivid cover. Vivid. So we're trying to replicate what we did. I'm going to bring it up right here so I can reference and see what I did exactly. So this might take a while. Oh, stretch my shoulder out a bit, see if that helps, while also being on my phone a little bit to try to distract from the annoyance that I am feeling in my shoulder. We're over 530 videos so far. I'm going to be even more after that. Okay, what exactly did I do with the background here? Pen light at 80. Jeez, look how bright that is. And there's the background overlay at overlay 100. Man, look at that. I like this one better due to the red and blue contrast, but does that look cool? At least we got to see that. Kind of looks like a moon, right? I'm going to just hide this for now, but pen light 80%, overlay 100%. Got it. Pen light 80%. And it was darker colors, I think. Let me check. Well, this one was more vivid for the pen light. Whoops. Don't you dare. Let's see here. It's showing? It's just hard to tell. Now that I have like two things open, it's even more difficult to tell. It might be like way darker than that though, actually. And it might be way darker too. And without the overlay, it's not going to have like the cool look to it. This one I'm not entirely too sure, but I guess we could have like darker teal occurring at around this junction. I'll have to figure it out as I get the overlay cover now. I guess I could probably just call this pin light cover. I could still do adjustments. It's not like we can just leave it as such. That's why we're doing this, to try to like get a really, decent look going in. Then we got an overlay cover up here. And I think it was just a pale red. Looks like it. Pale red cover here. So let me see. Is there any adjustments I can do to this? The red here could probably do for some less vividness, so I could probably try to make it less vivid. Or we could do this at like a slight... It's just both the reds are like way more egregious than most of the others. I think a 40% would probably look better. The pen light's not as egregious. I mean, I could still at least keep it at a low number, so it's not like too much. How about the cover? Is there like an even darker kind of red cover I can go for here? Well, I could do more light-wise at least. So I could have like a nice, in this department, a nice yellowish overlay amongst the background. And a brighter yellowish overlay in this background. Same thing with the pen light. Okay, the pen light's not as good, unless it looks good here. Nope. Pen light don't look as good with a high level color. The pen light here with the darker colors does seem to work just fine, just not with the area that's already so bright. There's going to be some things here that I'm going to do to adjust this a bit, so I feel like that's a good idea. Once all the effects come in, though, then we get the stuff over here, which I think I can get rid of now. No saves, no changes need to be saved. Alright, time for the shadows. There's a lot of shadows here that we gotta do. We gotta try to get all these shadows in and make them look good. I think most of this shouldn't be too difficult. I think I could probably just switch on over to the utilities and go to the fog layer, since once we're done with that, we can go to the fog. I don't think we have to worry about too much shadows with you, because most of your body is shrouded in dark clothing. Probably not a lot of shadows to worry about. Let's see. Where are we exactly? Yeah, we're on the highest we can be with that department. And we got the dark faces that I can put even more shadows on, which would work perfectly. And once we go in, I could probably have a separate shadow layer on them. We'll have like this shadow layer, but we'll have a separate shadow layers that covers up pretty much all, if not most, of the characters in the back here, so that they aren't like fully shown up front. Same thing that I'm going to do with the fog. I'm trying to make it so that they're not like, you know, the main focal point. Because if you look at this, you can barely see too much of what's going on. So if you put in the fog and do all the shadow-based stuff to try to hide or shroud most of the characters here in the background, except for her, then you will, at the very least, be able to get a nice little perspective view where it looks like everybody there is just far. I mean, they do look far from it. If you look at where they're at and look at where these two are at, they do look far. So you cannot say that they're not far away from everyone, because they are far away from everyone. I'd say, though, I guess I could probably try to go and separate all the characters in the back and have like 2 different types of fog separating them. That could work just fine. Shouldn't be too problematic, at least I don't think. And we're definitely going to have a fog amongst her. And I don't know how the fog... I mean, I guess the fog will just be cut off like right about around there, so that the fogs up here are going to be different. Hell, it'll probably even be the same fog or something. Depends on where the hell I put most of it. And you two are going to have... For crying out loud. You're going to have lighting going away from your body. I'm going to shadow it in your eyes, but then delete the shadows around your eyes to show the glow, or at least some kind of glow. I gotta say, I really like these two's designs a lot. Hers is good, but these two are just speaking to me for some reason. Like I said before, with her and her freckles and the blushes around her freckles. Yep. And the eyes, too. Something about them eyes. Alright, anyways. I'm going to go ahead and delete the shadows around your eyes, so your eyes don't have shadows. The shadows are mostly going to go from and around this point up here. You know what's funny? There's this one drawing idea that I had for like a long while now, but never really was able to get around to it. I was basically just like, you know, characters from like a Tokyo Ghoul universe doing a very specific action. If you've seen my hint about this girl right over here and what she's going to be doing, then you know what I'm talking about. But the plan simply was, basically, let me just make sure this is deleted, you know, was to do something like that with some random ass ghoul characters. Now I don't have to do that with a random ghoul character. Now I can do it with my own characters, and even with them having much cooler looking eyes. And instead of just, you know, the one thing, now they got like symbols in their eyes. And I didn't even know that was like a thing that would look as cool as it does until I saw Demon Slayer. So now we have that for this. Granted, everybody has ghoul eyes, so it's not like unique, colorful eyes. It's just black with red pupil or iris or whatever it's called. But still, my point still stands. So yes, something good to look forward to, at least in that department. Something that I've been waiting to do for a while now. Oops, too much. I still don't fully entirely know how the hell all of these characters came into my mind. Like the entirety of this series in general. Same thing with that other Mock Brain horror series that I'm going to do once the first season of this is finished. It's like it just pops into my mind and I'm like, oh, okay, there we go, some good concepts there. Oh, even better concepts, good character designs, vaguely resemblance character designs that I could like try to like, you know, I didn't really have too much of a giant character design with her. She was just as is. There was nothing more that I could have really done in that department. Same with her. These three, I had something in mind, at least. Shut up. Shush. Christ's sakes, cat, it's been almost a week. Get out of it. What are you doing? Don't you worry at me. Psst. Get over here. That's right, you go into attack mode? You better go into attack mode. Get out of eat mode and go into attack mode. Can't see the cat's moving her head back and forth as I move my hand across the bed left and right. Is that right, dumbass? Get distracted. Or something. Ah, there we go. Putting in the shadows really does make her face come together quite nicely. Too much on the hair, though, you fool. The hell you want, bitch? Shush. There we go. What was I planning on doing again? Ah, yes, of course. I guess I should technically put the nameless students elsewhere, but it's fine. I'm going to put some shadows back here. Hell. Put some things back here. There we go. And now we can start putting the fog in. So the fog here is obviously going to be completely different with the way this is going to work. I'm not entirely too sure what I want the fog to look like. Well, it's not going to help if this is at 10:30. No, put it in, Honichi, you fool. There we go. Why is this at 20%? And also, is this the fog layer? It is. Man, I guess I could just do this and try to find a good, color to go along with all this. What you scoffing for, fool? I'd probably just delete some of the fog up here, I guess. Or maybe not delete, but like change it up with some of the fog here. Maybe not with that. That one might work though, actually. And with a nice light fog color coming here and a nice orange color coming up here. Again, I might adjust some of the fog up here. I do want to try to adjust a little bit of this, but I don't know how exactly I want to do that. Okay, now we can go into the other characters in the back. Give them their fog up. Too much. Now we go to the nameless students. Again, too much. Now they look far from everyone else. Now the real question is, where is everything else set? Alright, past her, I guess. Further past that, what about the arms? We're getting somewhere. I'm seeing arms here. I don't know whose arms that is. Ah, it's yours. That should be good then, right? Well, let's... Wait. I think it's gotta be D. Let's find out. Yep, that'll do it. We probably have a nice light yellow occurring in the back here. I'm probably going to adjust some things once I fully get the effects and stuff done with, because we'll just like that. Hard to say. What are you looking at, fool? No, too much. Probably have a nice light orange here or something. Maybe a nice bright red in the back? Hard to say. And a nice bright blue? We'll see. We'll see. Let's get some lighting in here. There's going to be a decent amount of lighting in here that we gotta do. We want this to look good, that is. I'll focus on the top here. Probably going to be a nice, orangish light coming down. At least from here. I'll back out and I'll get a nice bright light coming from here. Maybe not of that color, but maybe we can do... Yeah, maybe we can do a nice light blue. Wait a minute. Gonna be a little tricky to get this right, but I think I can manage. What the hell are you worrying at, cat? I'm just moving my shoulder because everything is sore. Light glow. Now we've got the W. 50 overlay. What are we doing so far? 48 minutes. Okay, not bad. Also, is everything still recording fine? Yep. I see a moth. Hopefully you see it and want to go after it instead of being a nuisance. There we are. Now for light particles. It should just look that it shouldn't even bother going at it. What are you doing? Now that the particles are in, let's delete the ones around their face. Also, you probably can't tell, but I added some nice little flares around her irises. Flares. Put that on vivid. Get those flares in. X, get some more of the flares in. And the other lighting that I want to add in here is going to be a nice light orange, I think. Maybe. We'll see. Probably coming from behind here or something. Get some smaller rays in here. Have the rays go through the student's legs. This is happening during the daytime, so it does make sense, whoops, that it would have that particular kind of color going on for it. You see through the teal fog. It's teal for at least the color or thematic purpose, but I don't know if that's fully what I want to go for here. The idea with this series is obviously to have a unique cover compared to the other ones, which, some of them do look pretty good with the way that they're set up, but I'm trying to get it like this kind of flow going. But I don't want it to be too like that, Tough decisions, really. I can go for something else, or I can just keep going with what I have been going with, really. I just delete some of the particles in the areas where we don't need it. Probably doing the same for those up top, just in case. And then there's the flares, which should be easy enough. I'll go in and do this part manually. And just some sunlight and sun rays coming off of there. Trying to see if there's something more I can do with these though before I fully go into the effects. The buildings that I'm talking about. Alright, let's see. This one should be pretty simplistic. Have the shadow rays come off of the characters like so. Mostly off of these guys. These guys will have their own shadow ray that's going to be a little bit different. Yeah, I would say, well, you're going to have your own shadow ray, I guess. I would say these two have their own secrets to hold. With him working for the angels and him now technically working for the devils. They have their own secrets that they are withholding from everyone. Well, with him technically being a devil, yeah, it makes sense. And now that they know that there is a devil out there with a similar outfit to his, they're going to do nothing. Something about nothing's going to stop them or some shit. I can't figure out what the turn of phrase is I'm trying to think of. They'll stop at nothing to find this devil. That's the word I'm looking for. That's a phrase. Don't you hate it when you forget phrases? Man, it's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, yes it is. Glad you agree. Okay, that's that. I go back to the shadow rays up here. I think there's still some things that I gotta do in that department. Oh, this is opened up to the wrong thing. Let me go over and look at this as a reference. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, there's the black lines that I gotta put in. Of course, those are important. But what else was there? I don't know. I don't recall. I'm missing something. I forgot what I was looking for. Oh, I remember now. Whoops. Why do you have to do that, goddammit? Why can't you just lock it in place? Wait, what am I doing, you fool? I'm doing the wrong thing. That's what I'm doing. I don't even know where the hell I am. It's fine. This works just fine. I'm supposed to be shading or doing the shadow rays on you guys, not the background yet. I could probably at least delete some of the shadow rays up here, right? That is not the deleting tool, you idiot. That is the deleting tool. Alright, let's quickly go to the background, do some more shadow rays. Ah, shit, I don't have shadows in here. It's fine, I can do that now-ish. No wonder why most of this area doesn't look as good without shadows. Give me a minute. I'm gonna put some shadows in right now. I don't even know what shadow this is. I think it's C. I guess it doesn't matter. And I get some like, I mean, maybe like 50 would probably work better. Man, why are you lagging so much, goddammit? Yeah. Not too hard, but at least enough. Whoops. No, idiot. Enough to have, like, some things here and whatnot. Again, I might change the fog cup for most of this. Depends, really. Then there's this area over here that has its little fog shadows. And then this area up here. With some shadows over here, some shadows here, shadows around the rock wall, and up here. There's one thing I should do at least. It's make the mirror here a tad bit brighter. Alright, let's see. And it looks like they're kind of just going over the edge. Which I think looks pretty cool. Alright, time to do some line work here. The same thing with the keg. No, what are you doing? There we are. And if there's anything here I could probably do to adjust the background a bit, I would say it would have to be shading in the back part of that. There we are. We'll get some of the walls back here. Yeah, in some way, shape, or form, I still want to showcase the background. But I do also want to make sure that I get some cool looking, what do you call it here? Okay, so the fog here is that, but what if the fog were to be a lighter orange color, eh? I'm going ahead and adjust some things here real quick. Not bright. How about a brighter yellow color? Too yellow, or too normal yellow. How about a brighter yellow? An even brighter yellow. Now, that does look pretty cool. But I still feel as though I'm missing something important here. Oh, we already got that bright yellow there. Alright, scroll up, you fool. Okay, what about this as well? That's too much. I like the solid balance there that we've got with the blue and yellow. Yeah, blue and yellow could stay. Or teal and yellow, I should say. Okay, there's a bunch of other effects that I gotta do, though. Not just what we've got. which I feel should be pretty easy. I just gotta go to my effects and start putting in all the effects. Yeah, like some nice light orange here, and even here, because it doesn't look as, doesn't look the same as that does. I don't think that one needs a light orange. This one could probably go for like some yellow though. Yeah, some yellow to mix in with what we've got. At the very least, I think is a good idea. Put some yellow around here. But we'll try to keep it teal around the edges, I think. I'd like to say. Yeah, that could work. We'll have some like dark blues there as well. Is there any teals I can get back here and here? Somewhat, so to speak. I do believe I need some yellow here, though. And some yellow here. Okay, now we can get a dark blue color going here. To cement all the shadows that we've got happening in this particular portion. Nice dark blue to cover up most of that, maybe? Yeah, I guess that works. What else? A nice light blue could also look good, combined with the yellow that we've got. Or it might not, we'll see. Yeah, we have like most of it going above the students' heads. I'll try to delete some of the light blue so it's not all over the place. Like here, I guess. Let's see. Any more effects I could add that I think would look good? Not sure. At least in this department, I'm not sure. I could probably put some brown areas in to have for the top left over there. The devil's side. Some more overlay. Might be too red. Or it might be fine, who knows? Oh yeah, I'm not sure about the kanji though. I guess some of that should be fine. Now I'll get a blue in here to cover up some of this. I don't think we're like completely even here, which is fine. There's more characters being added into this than the angels. There's more characters being added into the devil's side than the angel's side, which I'd say it's fine. Part of me still feels like something can be done with her hair, because her hair doesn't look nearly as close as the thing that I want to get. I could probably make it slightly brighter. And try to do a little bit more of this. Everything else here seems semi-fine. As in, like, I don't know what more I could do to adjust it without, like, screwing it up. Probably do, like, some more textures here, I guess. Most of the hair color is going to get messed up a bit in tones when we put in all of this stuff. Which makes sense, because of all the colors that we have going into this. I would say the only other thing I think I could probably do, that I think would be fine, question mark, is if I were to put in some more clouds. At least surrounding a little bit above here, but not too much. So I gotta be very careful with not going too overboard with the clouds. And hope that we don't overshadow most of the characters' designs here. Yeah, I guess that would look pretty cool, just showcasing the area, kind of just, at least for the background portion, that does kind of make more sense with that. Delete some around the character's body so it's not too much. Could even have like a nice little chilling effect going down, and then once I've gotten that particular shade of pink in, pinkish red, and get even more happening over here in the side. Oh, actually, that's a pretty good, like, a hint to a very specific character's abilities, somewhat, so to speak. It's not, like, fully, completely, like, I guess there would be, like, the reason being, we might explain this in the thing. We might, I'm not sure. Potentially. Maybe. But there's a certain particular kind of gaseous substance that's... Wait, hold on. That a character makes that can be used to make certain people go to sleep or get knocked out. Or amnesia. Become an amnesiac or something. I guess that's the best way to probably try to describe that. I can probably just put in some particles here, assuming that this works the way I hope it would work. Are you doing the shape? Yeah, you are. It's just not that big. Just not sure if that's what I want exactly. I could put an overlay. There we are. Overlay, I'd say it looks pretty good. And we could probably use something somewhat similar with this by having it go downwards instead. I'll delete some of the bits and pieces here just because. There we go. Alright, good, great. Aside from that, there is a sepia that I can add in. Some lines that I can add in, and a few other special effects. So I'd say let's just finish off the baseline effects for now. Then we'll go ahead and add everything as I see fit. We got something going on here, compared to what we did last time by having most of the characters, what do you call it, to be cut off. You know, like with this character over here. God damn it, would you stop it? I don't even know what you just did there. But yeah, with that being cut off, you know, that being cut off, a lot of things being cut off, characters being cut off here, I'd say it kind of does keep in theme with what we've got going on here. Alright, I'm in the sepia. Now I gotta look around for some good sepias to use. That could work for up there, but I could also go for a nice magenta look. So I see the magenta working for there. Some golden color for the top right, if there is a good golden color. Like that. Matter of fact, I could probably go in with this for now. There we are. You probably get a nice teal color happening. Maybe like at around here. I still feel like I gotta adjust something with your side profile, but I don't know what. If anything, I could probably move your chin back a tiny bit. This is the part where we're just gonna try to figure out what we could improve upon to adjust. And get some like nice yellowish color coming from here as like the sun rising or something. A nice teal color. No, maybe not teal, but like a dark blue color occurring here with all the shadows and whatnot. Maybe a dark purple can mesh well with the things that we've got going here. A nice teal blue can mesh with things going there. Hard to say. We're not fully going all out with the, what do you call it, department just yet. I think that should be good. Potentially, maybe. I would say the only other thing I need now are the lines. Stuff like that, but I'm going to be doing it differently. I don't even know if you could see it. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to try to make sure the characters that I want to have showcased doesn't have their bodies completely shrouded by the, what do you call it? Well, maybe like somewhere around here where the impact zone is. Let me see, how noticeable are the lines here? Kind of very noticeable. I could just pull the, oh god, pulling the thing up is going to be a pain in the ass though. But I could technically just pull it up and look and see what I did exactly with the lines. I can do that, and I should do that. I shouldn't just like feel around with it and see if I can get something similar. I should like go into it, see what it showcases, and then that would be it. That would be good. In my brain, I'm thinking it's just simply this. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of lines all over the place showcasing around most of the area here. But part of me still feels as though that something here is off. And what that something might be, well, let's just bring it up. Heavenly Deadland, Angels and Devils. I'll look at the lines and see where they're at. Take a moment to rub my eyes while I relax my shoulders. Stretch a bit, I guess. Ah, perfect. Good. Great. Alright, where were those lines? Yeah, just below the sepia, and they're at 50%. Got it. I don't think there's anything more here that I did, but it helped to check. Shut up. There's some pink areas I could add in. Shut it. So yeah, 50% line. There we go. Shush. Now, can you see the buildings in the back? Barely. Which I guess is fine. So, let me see. I'm going to add in some red petals, because I feel like red petals is a good indicator of the devil. Why exactly? I don't know. I just figured, sure, why not? That looks cool, does it not? And then that's what I go with. Let me go all the way down real quick to here, and I'm just going to put in some more particles. Well, technically, the particles should be above further than that. What am I doing? Or I could do petals. Alright, let's see. Petals falling along the edges of the devil's side. Get some small ones in there as well. This one I'm not sure fully. Good question. What should the angel side have? Flares? Flares would probably be the next best thing to have for something like this, at least. I'll put it at like 40 or something. And I'll have a layer for flares. Put it at like vivid lighting. What does this look like at vivid lighting? Too dark. What about overlay? Still too dark. Alright, well, flares then. Maybe not well, okay, it's hard to tell the way that's set up. Would make sense. Flares, snowflakes, petals, these weird Akatsuki symbols but are upside down. Get some stuff up here. If anything, I could probably try to add in some brighter petals. What are you doing, cat? Let's see. Yeah, some brighter petals coming down from here. Even brighter petals meshing in with that. I would say the only other thing that I probably would like to do, which I think would probably look pretty cool if it's done properly. Oh, too much. And it's not going where I think it would have been going. Not like going behind the buildings the way I thought they would have. I mean, I guess what I could probably do, whoops, is take both of these buildings here. Bring them both down. Make them both normal. I'll just combine it. Now we'll try it out. Not sure. I mean, if anything, now that we have that there, I could probably make the building slightly less vivid. Put this at like a solid 20. Or maybe make this like a nice light blue instead. Ooh, another idea I think I could probably get away with here is have some smoke inside the buildings. To showcase that this is where the break-in at the Devil's Cafe occurred. This is assuming that the smoke is actually showing. Would make sense. Well, it makes sense to me, at least. You can barely even see that building. What the hell? Maybe I'll do an overlay instead. Actually, the overlay does look a hell of a lot better, so yeah, sure, overlay it is. I can barely see the smoke. Let's make it a tad bit brighter, shall we? Where it all started, the story. It's like a war that's occurring within the, what do you call it? You see the smoke dividing the two sides. I mean, there was already conflict as is, but now this is where things just start to kick off. This is where the events start to occur, where the entirety of the world changes. Literally. Like, war between devils and angels? Yeah. It's pretty big. And if anything, I could probably try to get a nice glow, or a nice fire glow. Make it like somewhat orangish. What the hell? Thought something flew on my hand, but I guess not. Let's see here. And make it like a vivid lighting, maybe? Or an overlay? Overlay's not that noticeable. Not at that point, at least. But that, on the other hand, does look a little bit more noticeable. I have another fire glow, but I don't know. I don't know what it could look like here. Vivid lighting. Overlay. Vivid lighting, but no, press E. Vivid lighting, but a much brighter yellow. Maybe overlay. That could work. Yeah, that could work. Sure, why not? Still feel as though I'm missing something important. Not sure what. Oh, wait. I want to try something here. I'm not going to fully go for it. I'm going to copy it, just in case something stupid occurs. And I'm going to try something here. We'll have some jitters and whatnot. It's not working as well as I mean, it does kind of look like it works a little bit. It's just some of it's still kind of like this, for instance. And maybe I can, do this. Hard to say, really. I mean, I can see it working as so if I were to just maybe put this under here, I can definitely see this working as a means of it being saturated, decreased. But going through here, no differences, no hue, no saturation, no color, no luminosity. Why the fuck am I back down here? Pen light, linear light, vivid light, hard light, soft light, overlay. Well, it could work if we just had a nicer frickin', what do you call it here? I feel like hard light could work just fine. Is this fully desaturated? It is. Maybe darker? I can't tell. I guess I technically could just run over it with a nice mid-tone brush. And get even more textures going on in it. Just so the rock wall won't look basic and bland. I want to at least showcase that it's got something more to it. Yeah, another hard light would work, maybe. Showcasing more of the rock bits that are in it. And what about you, Wall? I feel like you don't have as much to you as you should. I could probably give it a solid 20 of this. The only other thing I can think of to potentially maybe make both of these look good is to try to blur the edges here. And I think I could do that. I might have an idea. At least for these two. So these look different. I'm going to copy this just in case something stupid occurs. I'm going to go into... Well, first I'm going to hide that one. I'm going to go into my filters and see what I can do with blur. Okay, that one doesn't work. Blur. Motion blur? Okay, well here's our preview. That's what it's showing me so far. Stop it. That's actually pretty good to know, but is it really useful? See, the problem here is it seems too rigid. You know what I mean? Like, see, it could work. What about larger distances? I mean, yeah, it could work. Or I put this up here and it'll just blur together. Put it beneath it so the textures are still shown. And there. But I still feel as though something's... Unless I do an overlay? That could work. For overlay? No. Either overlay or vivid lighting. Well, I use those so freaking often. Is there something else I could use? Not from what I am seeing currently in our disposal. That does kind of look cool, though. The color burn. Am I going to remember to be able to do something like that for future drawings? Probably not. I don't want to solve. Okay, I'll just keep it as normal then. But I'll have you as an overlay, I guess. Or not. You're not showing me as an overlay as I hope you would. Well, let's go again. I'm going ahead and do, instead of a motion blur, a Gaussian blur. I mean, a lot of the things are a bit too blurred, I'd say. I'd say that'd be the issue. Alright, I'll just delete that then. I do like the motion blur, though, so I'll just go over to this wall over here. I'll duplicate it, bring it down. And now I'm going to go on ahead and do another motion blur. $27. I don't want 27. I want 39, 25, 33. I guess 33 could work. There we go. If anything, we could do it at like maybe a solid 70 opacity. Go back over to the wall and again do that at a solid 70. It's not that noticeable, but it's still something there. Now, the other thing I want to try to do a tad bit is adjust side profile. I think I want your chin to be a little bit more inwards. Let's try to make you look at least a little bit more young, like you are only 18, at least I believe you're supposed to be 18. What's that? Oh, most of that was moved. Well, I guess that's fine, as long as it's not completely screwed up. And I guess I would move you a tiny bit more. Just a little bit. Side profile definitely does seem better, but I feel like I can make it even better by making your chin less large. Does seem better. As for your neck, I guess I could probably try to straighten it out a little bit. Take me down to the neck. Delete some of the neck. There. I would say the only other thing that I could possibly do here that I feel like probably would differentiate this better from the rest is to have collarbone kind of just about around here. So we'd separate the neck a little bit from everything else. I think that should work. least I'd hope. As for your profile, we did adjust this a little bit, but I could probably adjust it a tiny bit more. Be careful, because we adjust too much, then we have to do it over again. Up a little bit. Reverse, go to the head. Alright, how's that? Let's say it's slightly better. I'd say the only other thing I probably would do is just get rid of that so the hair shows more there. And I could probably try to adjust this portion a bit. Now that the textures are all in. This one has been bothering me a little bit, so why don't I adjust that as well. Go to hair 1D, reverse, increase, delete, what? Excuse me. Is this not hair 1D? No, it's hair 1D. Hold on a sec. Well, it doesn't matter if this doesn't get adjusted first before the selection, so there we go. And there we go. No, wait. 1D I need now. No, that's fog 1D. I need hair 1D, you idiot. I guess there is kind of one thing I would like to do here. Showcase the ear a little bit better. Adjust the teeth a little bit more, I guess also would help. Yeah, you're seeing how long it's taking for me to it takes a few seconds now to get all this stuff up. Drawing's gotten pretty complex now. So it does take a little bit longer to wait for all of this to come up. And this is like bigger than the other one. Bigger than the other comic sizes that I've been working with. Checking something real quick. I could probably make this slightly smaller. See, adjustments are important to do once you're done with everything. That one seems fine from the angle that we're at right here. Everyone else's here seems fine. I feel like the only other thing I can do with your hair is give it a nice bright highlight. Why is there a freaking spider there? Small one, like very small, this big. Well, maybe that will stop you from meowing after you heard that clap. Right, cat? Hope you're getting out of heat soon because you are still annoying. I do gotta say I like the brighter blonde color a little bit. Oh, maybe like... No, I mean, we probably could do a combination of both. Let's try it out. No. Back out. I feel like there's not much I can do with this one here. I feel like this one's kind of just... At least for the top. The top seems like it works just fine. Not too much, just a little bit. And some here. There we go. Yeah. Trying to see what else I could add here. Effect-wise, at least. I might be able to add in a nice pink effect. I still need. You're going into a scoffing fit, and yet you still find the need to try to work throughout all of it. Alright, let me go back to effects real quick while I try to add in some more things. Because I feel like I could go for something. Yeah, at least around the text here I feel would look good. Yeah, after seeing that other thing with the bright colors that we had before, I feel like this is kind of important. To have like something bright like that. Like we have these overlay covers. Which does make everything darker and all that stuff. But honestly, I kind of like it better this way. I mean, if anything, I could probably try to make this slightly darker, but I'm not sure. It makes this area brighter, but makes this area darker. If anything, I could probably try to delete some of it over here, but then that means we got a lot of red stuff there. And that's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. Wait. Doesn't matter, I did brush, not the eraser, but nothing changes here. Or at least nothing massively changes. Shut it! Oh my fucking god, why are you so annoying? Is this good? Without it, it looks pretty dull. Unless I did like one with vivid lighting. Nah. It looks cool here in the vivid lighting department. Maybe I could add like a nice solid vivid cover. We could just make it like a nice light yellow. So I could do an overlay, but not overlay. Vivid, and we put it at a 30 instead. This is not what I wanted. And we have like a nice bright color showcasing most of the area here. My only issue is the cups here seem a bit... looking far enough away, it doesn't look like the cups are actual cups. You know what I mean? But zooming in, you can actually see the rims of the cups and whatnot. So I think it's fine. I mean, far away, though, it should look just as good, right? Yeah, the fog can stay. If anything, I can delete some of this at a 20% value. Or, better idea, what if I were to add in, I don't know, some kind of vines here? Maybe not. I mean, it would look cool, but not sure. Did I do much with the shadows here? Because I could probably add at least a little more shadows. So at least the cups look as though they're shrouded in the darkness a little. Shroud some more stuff in darkness here. Shut it! Get away from me! Get away! Wait, hold on. Well, it's not going to help now, is it? And this is so freaking small, I can barely grab it. Are you fucking kidding me, you stupid fucking piece of shit hands? I'm slamming my hand into something while gripping onto something at like the strength of a toddler in order to not drop shit. So annoying, it's like, oh, falls out of hand even though I'm just trying to wipe hand. Nope, hand freaking slips out. I gotta do this. Which causes problems if you're trying to hold something that's soft and easily breakable. Or in this case, easily openable because of this thing. What Why the hell is there fur beneath this? Whatever. It's fine. There. The fur is gone. Alright, where are we here? Where are we? What are we doing? Are we done? Actually, that's a good question. Are we done here? It looks good. It looks... Oh, wait, no, wrong one. As good as it's gonna get. Completely different from the vivid red that we had before. If we were to get rid of the logo, it wouldn't look as good now, would it? Remove the logo? Nah, that's not gonna do good. Also, what are you doing? Side profile is slightly better. Though something does seem kind of off with this part. Oh, cool, you're taking ages to save now, aren't you? Ugh, and there goes some tools that I have in the background that you can't see. Let me try to do a little bit more adjustments to this guy's neck. Yeah, because without like a neck seam, I guess, it does kind of not look as good as it could look. You do have a neck seam here. Oh, I have an idea. Why don't I... Let me do this. Reduce the amount of neck space that we've got here. Oh, bring this back up to 100. Good thing I noticed that. Yeah, so that way it looks as though that, you know, that's combining just nicely, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I guess this is gonna get... You got a very good collar there to hide most of your body. And I think this is really the only other thing I could probably adjust is do some shadow or shading adjustments. There's so many layers I have to shift through now if I want to get the right layer that I'm looking for, which is really annoying. No, that's not what I want. I want to go to the arm, you fool. Oh, so that should be fine. We still don't get to see what his shoes look like. But you have an idea. You have an idea right here. And if there's anything that I could do, I could just leave it here so we can see what it looks like once it's time for us to put this. Or at least put it here so we know it's supposed to go there. There we go. I still feel as though something here is a bit off with the neck, and I cannot pinpoint what exactly is the reason for it. And the more I mess with it, the more it gets screwed up, so I feel like now I gotta just redo the shading here with this. I'm gonna redo this part real quick. Why not? Characters, Kuno-sama. I'm going to do this part slightly differently. I am going to have a neck here. At the very least. Maybe we don't add in the jugular or something. Adding that in like so. And deleting all of this. And getting at least a good look there. Alright, good, that's slightly better. I'd say that is better, considering what we have currently with the way that's all set. Although it's going to be a pain in the ass to get everything where it needs to be. And with all of the effects and whatnot just kind of doing its own thing, it's going to make it difficult to get this set up. Oh my god, cat. Shush. Alright, now the neck. That's still the torso, you fool. The neck. Man, I gotta shade in this real good. Just gotta figure out where the neck should end. Like, maybe have like a crease. No, that's the shirt. Maybe have like a crease back here. Small crease. And a crease back here. Make that slightly brighter, I guess. Well, can I say this? I could say this at least. It does look slightly better. Shut up. Get away from the window. Don't look at me like that. Alright, how about this here? Assuming I can grab the damn thing. Seriously. Alright, hold on, I gotta grab it through other means right now. Shush. Stop it. Yeah, this part. Get rid of some around his hair. Gotta get rid of some of the harder bits around his arm and body. You can keep some of that up there since it kind of blends in well. I would say the only other thing I could probably do that is the suit. Take me to the fucking shirt. Let's try and do that. And maybe try to adjust a little bit of this. I can't see what I have to adjust here. Like, I think this probably needs to be darker or lighter. Oh, I hear a bird. Want to go get that bird? Chirp at it instead of screaming your head off? At least, wait, how the fuck? Oh, wait, no, hold on a second. What am I doing? I think this potentially might have to go, whoops, wrong one. Might have to go beneath the belt. Assuming I can get to it. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Does seem like it, I guess. Hard to say, really. Yeah, with the angle and direction and that's at, that makes sense. We got the belt here. This stuff here. That stuff's good. We almost done? I could definitely use a break after this one. This damn shoulder and this damned cat that won't shut up. Or won't shut up and won't stop scratching shit. I think this is good. I'm just going back out to my basic bitch swatch over here. No, that's groups. Go to basic. There. Wait. There is one more thing I could add. And that's an eye glow. Don't know how exactly I'm going to do this fully, but it's fine. We at least got 2 eye glows. We had eye glows here, right? Not entirely too sure. Hard to tell. Too much. Put it at like 50 overlay or something. I think your eye glows just enough to where you don't need it. It's just these 2 that kind of needed it. I must say. Okay, I think that's good. I think. Wait, no. My God, you can't go a minute without scratching something up, can't you? Well, anyways, with effects, without effects. With effects, without effects. Looks weird without effects, right? But that's why the effects are there. To add more to it. So I kind of do like this setup here. Slightly broken background and all that. I'd say it looks good. Oh, for crying out loud, now you're going to take a million years to save. There we go. So anyways, that should do it. Almost 2 hours, so I'd say that was well worth the time. So that's all for today, folks. I'm tired. Without further ado, thank you all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist. And of course, previous episode of Art Time right over here, and the most recent episode of Tales of Berseria right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.